Hey everybody, so today's talk is going to be about confidence. And I'm going to be blogging about this today, and so that's coming out. And I wanted to jump on live. I tend to do a little bit better with live. I know I'm more real and I kind of just say more of what I'm thinking when I go live. So I'm live. And the thing I wanted to talk about is confidence. We talk about it a lot. It's a hot topic. It's a very broad topic, but in this sense, when you're working, you're at an office, say, I've been there and understand office politics. Have you ever been in a meeting where you either didn't agree with what someone was saying in there, or you didn't think that it was accurate, or maybe you had a really good idea that you knew would be a better idea? If you've been in a meeting like that, but you felt for whatever reason that you couldn't speak your mind, and you probably thought, like, it's not worth speaking my mind because maybe there's some high level people in there and it'll rub them the wrong way, or maybe you don't speak your mind just because you don't think anybody will care. Whatever it is, there's so many reasons why we don't speak our mind, and it usually has something to do with caring about what people think or what they might think of you, or you might make somebody at a higher level wrong. I've been there. I've been in the corporate world. There were so many times where there was somebody that was in my reporting line that I didn't want to say an idea or to speak up, because the very few times that I did speak up or say something, I was talked about behind my back, which I know is none of my business, and that's fine, but I was also made to feel stupid. And then you also just worry about what they'll think of you and what they don't say to you. It's just so complicated, right? It's so complicated. So I will share with you guys something that's, I don't really tell a lot of people. I've told people that I'm close to, but when I left my corporate job last year, I totally freaked out. And it's very common now, I've learned, that, to be excited to do something new, and then to quickly want to I never wanted to go back to my old job. I never wanted to go back to my old company because that was done. But I started freaking out and thinking I needed to go back to a corporate job because in my mind it was easier, because I didn't realize how hard owning my own business would be. It's been so freaking hard. So I quickly thought, well, this will be easier for me just to apply and go back to working a 9 to 5. So I started applying at all these jobs, and the one thing that I learned that gives you more confidence than anything, because I applied for jobs while working at my last job as well. I was always considering other positions. And whenever I would go to a meeting at my last job, and if I had recently applied for a job, whether I'd gotten a call back or not, some I did, some I didn't, if I knew that I had applied to other jobs, it gave me more confidence than anything I did. It gave me so much confidence because I knew that I could say whatever I want to say in this meeting with respect to people, and to know that if they don't like it, then sorry, I've got other jobs. I've got other companies that are interested in me as well. I'll go into the meeting knowing that there's a world of opportunity out there, guys, and don't think there's not. Especially for you guys that have been at your job, at your corporation for a long time. It's not a good thing anymore. It's not, when you get that 10-year work anniversary and everyone's like, congrats. Well, I'm sorry, but congrats on being stagnant. Congrats on being scared. Congrats on not being willing to take a chance. That's what I think. That's what most people think. That's what employers think now. When they look at your resume and you've been to the same company for 10 or more years, you're like in the death zone. You got to get out. Like it's eating you alive, and you don't even realize it. So if you want to build confidence, if you want to be able to go to these meetings and say your thoughts and say your ideas, and then in your mind be like, whatever, if you don't like it, I'm out of here. I'm good with, I'm confident in what I'm saying and doing, and if you don't like it, that's okay. That's okay. You're allowed to not like it. This isn't personal. This is business. So I've got other corporations that are interested in what I do have to say. According to Forbes magazine, you should be applying for new positions. Are you ready for this? Because this kind of blew my mind. You should be applying for new positions every 4 to 6 months. And it's not that you necessarily are adamant on leaving your existing corporation. You should be applying every 4 to 6 months in order to keep that confidence. It's like confidence is a bank account, and you have to keep doing deposits. And when you apply at these other organizations, that's a deposit into your confidence bank account. So if you haven't applied for a job in at least the last 6 months, you need to realize that you are stagnant, my friend. You have to apply for jobs, and you're going to see what a confidence booster it's going to give you. So in my desperation and total freak out last year, I applied for a number of jobs, and I'm so grateful. It's so funny that nothing worked out. I'm so grateful, and I thank the universe every day because it led me to finally kick my butt into gear and like get my ass going and start doing my own thing, and I'm so happy now. So I'm very grateful that none of the positions I applied for worked out, but I put a lot of time and a lot of work into them, and I learned a lot of things. I met with some recruiters as I was applying, and some people that are like headhunters and stuff for different organizations, and I learned a lot of things that I didn't know because I hadn't applied for jobs in so long. So one thing that is really important, I know resumes seem very faux pas in like 1990, and they kind of are, but they're still vital to your job search. So guys, even again, if you're not applying, if you're not planning on leaving your current organization, apply for jobs. Apply, because think about the people that you'll meet, the networking you'll gain. You'll have your resume up to date. You'll know what's out there. So if the shit did hit the fan at your current organization, because I'm sorry, you guys are replaceable. I've never met a person that wasn't 100% replaceable in their job. We are all replaceable. And again, it's not personal, it's business. And don't think for a second that your organization will not replace you in a heartbeat if you don't drink their Kool-Aid anymore. They will. I've been in HR, and I see how things go, and trust me, they will. It's very easy to make a reason for someone to be gone. So I would make sure that you guys are dotting your I's and crossing your T's. So again, get your resume. Number one, get your resume up to date. And if you need help with your resume, I love designing resumes. I don't charge very much for it. Like, I love doing resumes. So I know what buzzwords to use in them, because buzzwords is not just about making it pretty, it's about making it have certain keywords, because these days a human being does not see your resume unless there's a certain buzzword that pulls it through their ATS. So their ATS is their tracking system. So when you submit it to their ATS, it's got to contain some key buzzwords for a human being to even see it. 90% of resumes and applications go into the black hole, and no one ever sees it. So I learned that. Make sure you have a pretty resume, and make sure it's organized. There's certain key things that you don't want to put on it, and make sure it has certain buzzwords. But if you need help with your resume, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. Number two thing that you guys must be doing, again, even if you're not wanting to leave your corporation, but in order to gain confidence and to keep being out there and to be ready in case something happens, is be active on LinkedIn. Are you guys on LinkedIn? I don't just mean reading articles. Make sure you guys are active on LinkedIn at least every day. Do a post, do a share, and do some likes. And if you can, connect to one or two people every day on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is huge. And as a caveat to that, make sure you're using LinkedIn for the networking piece and to get your brand, your personal brand out there, not necessarily to apply for jobs. There is a lot of easy options now where you can actually go to LinkedIn, you can see a job that they suggest for you, and you just click a button and it sends your LinkedIn resume to them, and you're like, oh, I've applied. That you are part of the 90% that will never be seen. Although that capability is there, if the company also next to LinkedIn, submit LinkedIn profile, and next to it says apply online, always go and apply online. Always go and apply online, because your LinkedIn profile will get buried. It's not, the technology is not where it should be yet. So do not apply just via LinkedIn. But definitely be active on LinkedIn, guys. You have to be active on LinkedIn. It will open up so many doors for you. You have no idea how many people will start taking notice of you. And if you need help with your branding on LinkedIn, I also help with that. LinkedIn, there is something to be said these days for branding yourself. You are your brand. So you have to brand yourself, and you have to make sure you're surrounding yourself with knowledge and articles that support your brand. Number three, and I've got 4 tips. Number 3 is a cover letter. I know, like my first few jobs I applied for, I never did a cover letter. I thought it was so like, I thought that was like 1980. But no, your cover letter is vital. Always do a cover letter and make it specific to the company. You can have a generic cover letter, but then as you go to apply for a certain company, change it to the company's names, change the position you're applying for, obviously to a relevant position, and do some research. Don't just talk about yourself. Your cover letter is not about you. Your cover letter is a way for you to address a company's pain points and to say how you can do a solution for that. You want to give them a solution for those pain points. So you're making it about you in kind of a passive way, but you're really making your cover letter about the organization. So make your cover letter about them. Hey, Katie. And do your cover letter. And then my last tip for when you guys apply is to do, this is an extra one and it's really important, do some research on the recruiters. So every organization that posts for positions, they have a recruiter assigned to hire for that specific position. And if you can find your research and you can find your recruiter that's hiring for, maybe just find the HR team for that company and then email them and ask them if they can refer you to the recruiter for this position. It will know that you've got some inside knowledge, and you might even be able to connect directly with that person. And whereas before they would never even have seen you. So do your research, find the recruiter. Sometimes it can be very hard. So another thing I recommend is that you upgrade your LinkedIn account. Just do it for a little bit, maybe every time you're in every 4 to 6 months when you're going to apply for a new job, upgrade your LinkedIn account to the premium account. It's like $30 a month, but the first month is free. And it's very easy for you to go on your phone and delete the subscription. I just made an appointment on my Google Calendar to remind me to delete it and to unsubscribe from it, which I did. So I got LinkedIn Premium for free. And when you have that, you're able to see more insight into who the recruiter is. And even better, you're able to email the recruiter directly via LinkedIn to kind of ask them about the job and to introduce yourself. So it's a great way to get in there and not be part of the 90% of applications that never even get seen. So guys, I really encourage you to use these tips. It will be the biggest confidence booster you will ever have. So if you're not applying for jobs every 4 to 6 months, I'm telling you, you are missing out on a great opportunity to fill your confidence bank account. So definitely do it. And you might get a job offer and you might think, oh, there's no way I'd go work for them. And then they're like offering you like a 30% increase of salary compared to what you're making now. And you'll be like, oh, well, shit, okay. Maybe I will, maybe, and you could do it and it could be amazing. Or it could not work out, but then you go to these meetings and you're like, yeah, I got like 3 companies that want me right now, you know, like I'm going to say what I want. I'm going to say, you know, with professionalism always, but I'm going to be confident. I'm going to give my ideas, and I'm going to, if that senior person in that meeting says something that I don't agree with or I think lacks integrity, I'm going to sidebar with them and I'm going to tell them that I think that they lack integrity and this is why. And I'm going to be okay with it, you know, because if they don't like it, you're gonna fire me? Okay, that's fine. I've got 4 offers on the table right now, you know? Or you can take those offers and go to your HR department and let them know, hey guys, I have this amazing offer for this corporation, or would you consider matching it? It gives you a lot of power, guys. Make sure you're always, you know, playing with on the offense. Don't be on the defense. So that's my blog today. It's coming out this afternoon. I hope you guys read it, and reach out to me if you have any questions or you need any help. I am an expert job applicator person these days. So have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon.